sorry. I just noticed that's funny.
Good.
Okay. Let's.
We went to Blackwell
No,
after
no, 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 no. I gotta do it because I want
you
that
got
2
it.
points. Yeah, we went to Blackwell.
You're
I
getting
mean,
nothing for it.
yeah, that was in
Fuck you! I
D&D.
don't
We
want
have
to do
nothing
it.
for
I don't
this.
want to fucking do it, bitch. No, I'm playing. We went to Blackwell. We. Trevor, take it away.
Oh my god, I'm done with you.
No, you're not.
Okay, so we went to Blackwell after we left Fox City, which is our hometown.
You're already wrong.
We're traveling through Blackwell because we saw me and Benny, or Wish and Benny, had a past event there, which matters now, but didn't have any fruition in the past. And so we find out that's being haunted by some dude that drowns fuckers in the lake whenever he makes it all poopy black water. We think it's a miner that doesn't like corporate greed or whatnot because they die in the mines, yada yada. He couldn't touch iron because that's how that little girl was able to escape. And she was marked. There was some type of weird sludge on her house after we went there, and I was introduced as fucking fish. We were able to convince the dad to let us heal the daughter. The mom and dad are still a little sicky, though. We observed that the water is still pretty fucking dank through Atticus's cool eyeball shit. We went to a diner. Benny was like, yo, what's up, officer? I'm fucking high as shit, and we monster hunters. He's like, okay, you got 10 minutes to break in that house. We go to that house, where we find out Atticus's name is now Batty. Then we hit up in the joint. We talk to the dude. The dude gets a little blazed.
He doesn't get blazed. Blaze is when you smoke.
Hey, I don't know if he put marijuana in his alcohol. I don't know how he do.
He got crossfaded. He's dead now.
He talks to us because he believes we can't really do shit about it. I go off and explore downstairs and get jumped by a monster. And then they hear a commotion upstairs.
Yes, that's about right.
Amazing.
Yep.
Every word of what you just said is wrong.
Was wrong.
All of it wrong. We went to Whitewell, you idiot.
Therefore, all of what you said is wrong. It was taking place in the wrong place.
Wrong place, wrong time, wrong genders.
Gender isn't real. Just playing.
All right. Thank you for the recap, yo.
Glad I did all by myself.
However, there's going to be one change. I'm going to have you make a roll, and we'll see if you actually yelled out or not.
Yeah, if you die or not. Pussy.
So, this session, we're going to start with that. So, Wish,
Hello.
I need you to make a...
Wisdom saving throw.
How'd you know? I need you to roll plus your tough.
Okay. Team.
Nice. So it gives you a better chance. So I'm gonna copy these. You can choose from this list. You can only choose 2 to say are true. 1 second. Oop. So I'm posting them in the Roll20 chat. So we see what we saw last time with the creature, like you stepping, looking up, and this creature made of this brownish mud runs forward, and then everything goes dark for you.
Ew.
As you feel yourself covered in the thick mud as it begins to harden. You could choose 2 of these things because you get a 10 plus to be true.
You are still partially mobile and are able to act physically on your own. You are able to breathe through the small cracks you made during the struggle. Avoid 1 harm, armor piercing ongoing.
Alrighty, so
Because I'm about to fight this bitch.
yeah, as you get hit, you get hit with the mud, and the mud is almost scorching, like it's very hot when you get hit with it, and then it immediately begins to solidify. But you are able to move before it can encase you completely, so you kind of make cracks, so it's covering you and kind of obscuring your vision and kind of making you heavier, but you're able to move still. And there's cracks through it, so you can breathe. However, you do take 2 harm. Do you have armor?
Not right now.
All right, so without the armor, you take 2 harm straight up.
Because I can't. Because I don't just walk around with my heavy armor on.
Damn.
Stupid.
I'm not like Atticus. I don't have concealed armor.
I am always armored, boys.
So yeah, as
Yeah,
you
we
get
got
hit with this
protection.
mud, you basically have to keep yourself up. So while you're kind of covered, you can see and you can move, and you can breathe, but you're not able to get out, yell as we heard before. And as you kind of like look up, you see this kind of hulking creature. Its body, humanoid in shape. The lights in the room are kind of like flickering from its presence. As you can see, it's like almost like the mud on it is bubbling and churning. It's kind of like constantly falling off of it as it kind of moves forward and is attempting to grab and pull you back.
Okay. Through the small slits that I have open, I'm like breathing. I look through, see it. Oh, thank God, you're just a monster. And
Yeah, and there's no yell or roar or anything like that. It's just like this thing is just coming forward towards you.
I, through some of the crack, bust through with my knife. Fight me, bitch!
And that comes out as as we see more pieces start falling off as you begin to move forward. So I'm assuming you're attempting to kick some ass.
Kick some ass!
All right. So for kick some ass, I believe you roll tough.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay. I'll get there. Just on my hold. Okay. Let's attack.
Your funeral.
8.
Your funeral.
Good thing I have a +2, otherwise that would have been bad.
You're in the old man's funeral.
Old
Oh my
man's
God.
funeral home.
All right. So what happens on 8?
He dies.
7 plus, you both inflict harm on each other. 10 plus, you choose an extra effect. So you guys are just bashing into each other.
Alright, so I do 3 harm.
Okay. Station. Yeah.
What would normally be 1 harm in a regular person's hands, the ruthless trained killer comes out as he doesn't remember how to fight most monsters. He blocks it out like trauma, but his body remembers the training on how to fight monsters as his body moves without hesitation for the kill.
Okay, yeah. So it's this big thing. It's like lumbering at you. How do you attack? What does it look like when
So
you deal this 3 harm?
So is a big boy, it's coming at him. He kind of struggles with it a little bit. He busts out his left hand at the bottom as he tosses the dagger into it, and he pretty much severs its Achilles tendons.
Oh yeah, so you cut through it, and we see like you actually make a solid cut through its leg as it kind of teeters down and like slams its like mass into the ground and kind of morphs into each other. As it like lands and like picks itself up and reaches with its other arm, and slams up towards you, knocking you back. Um, so you do 3 harm, but it has a packed body, so it takes 2 harm. As you see it trying to recoup, it slams you backwards, dealing you 2 harm.
Oof. I am not looking good.
This is how you die,
So,
bro.
what are you at when you hit 4?
What'd you say?
What are you at when you hit? You fly back and you basically. So this is like I said. This is like almost like a lab kind of morgue like area. So there's a bunch of slabbed tables
Mhm.
and equipment around, and you can even see like a sink on the wall, and some pipes leading right behind it up and down. And you get knocked back towards the staircase where you were. So you get knocked back and you kind of like hit the like table counter area and kind of flip back up against it and slam back on the ground.
I'm going to try to crawl my ass up the stairs. Because I would like to fight this thing, but it might fucking murk me if I don't roll a 10+.
Are you sure, buddy?
I have 2 health.
You can also run.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was crawling upstairs.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I have 2 HP. Yeah, because you said it hit me towards hit me against the wall.
Yeah,
near
it
the
throws you
stairs.
back towards the wall, and it looks at you as you begin to kind of like pick yourself up. You can feel like hot pain in your back from like your muscles slamming against the wall as you kind of pick your legs up and look at it. It's just kind of like standing there as its leg forms kind of back, kind of goes back up to its stature. It's about like it's big, like 7 foot tall, like bigger than you. But it just moves with it's like amorphous, but it has like a physical quality to it. So it just kind of moves back and forth, looking at you almost like a predator. Um, and if you want to try and get up the stairs before it gets to you, you can do act under pressure.
Rad. Okay. I want to take a +1 on this. No. Let's go. Yay!
Nice, yeah. On a 10+,
Yeah.
you were able to act fine under pressure. You do what you set out to do. So you get up to your foot quickly, look over, and your instincts kind of kick in, and you just launch forward and jump up the steps and start before it can kind of reach you. You're already like up the steps around the corner, and you as you kind of like reach the top of the steps, you look back and you don't see it coming up towards you.
I'm still covered in this this hard mud like casing.
Yeah, like as you're kind of walking, you're it's like pieces and clumps of it are falling off of you as it kind of dries.
Yeah, I kick the door closed as I like reach the top of the stairs, and I get myself up and I start trying to make my way towards them as I'm like rubbing against the walls, trying to get some of this shit off me.
Yeah, and we as you're kind of running, we cut to you. I believe it was. Where
I
is
think all
everybody?
3 of them were
I
in
think
that
you're all in
room.
the living room. Yeah, you're all in the living room with Abraham.
No.
No.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
someone's
he's
not.
not. He's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Was that
There
right?
it is. Okay, I thought Benny was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Still,
covered in snot.
no.
It's not in water.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Because
he
you
did a big
texted me, you wanted me to distract the guy, so I pretended to sneeze and I splashed my water all over my clothes.
Oh, I thought that was snot you had all over you. I was like, that's a lot of snot, Benny.
No, no, no.
This is why we look into him. He's just an unnatural being of nature.
I am snot.
So
monster.
then I'm gonna cut to Benny. Benny, you're in the bathroom,
Mm.
and we cut maybe a few minutes ago, and you're in the bathroom, and as you're sitting there, you what do you do the second you get into the bathroom? Are you like sitting and waiting for pretending you're doing stuff so you can get out whenever the guy's not there?
Uh,
Or were you just waiting in the bathroom until whatever's happening?
well, he was gonna take me to. I don't really know what to. He was gonna bring towels, but he was also gonna go, I think, get different clothes.
Yes, that's what he was going to do.
Yeah.
So are you just waiting for him?
Yeah, as soon as I'd get there, I'd just kind of immediately text what's his
Wish.
name? Yeah, Wish, saying like, got him distracted. You owe me new clothes.
And that's the moment when we saw Wish pulling up his phone to text you, and then got clumped. And then after a few moments, we hear a crash and a kind of like a kind of noise, not that far outside of your door, outside of the bathroom door.
Hmm. I kind of go to the door and open it slowly. Hello?
And you see, just down the hall a little bit, you see Lee has a looks like he was holding clothes and towel in one of his arms, and in his other arm pitcher, and it looks like he had slipped and it's crashed all over the floor and he fell.
Ah.
And then he goes, God damn it. And he kind of like looks around and like shouts. He gets up and he goes to shout, and as he does that, Atticus and fucking Teddy and Abraham, you three come rushing around
Yeah.
the corner because you heard the crash and the yell, and you both see Benny kind of sticking his head out the bathroom door, and Lee kind of getting up, and he's just like, Marie, Susan, could you get someone here? I slipped. Sorry, sir. And he kind of like looks at the clothes, and he's like, I'll get another pair. And he looks at you all. He's like, I don't mean to cause any alarm.
Yeah, Benny kind of shrugs and they're like, oh no, it's totally fine. I just thought it would be something worse.
I'll burp.
And he shakes his head. He's like, no, clumsy workers, myself included, I guess. And he kind of looks at you, Benny. He's like, I think I caught whatever bug you have.
Huh. My bad, hombre. As Benny's saying that, I'm gonna go ahead and would it be investigate a mystery or read a bad situation?
Read a bad situation if you want to like feel the vibe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do a read a bad situation.
There's some few pretty good questions on there.
Okay. So I
So
can.
you got one.
Okay. Are there any dangers? No. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it for now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that says you can't for this one.
Oh, by the way, let me know if you guys really need a +1 to something. Even if I'm not there, I can spend a hole to help you guys out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he can see the future.
I can see the future.
So, Benny, as you're kind of there, you're kind of looking around, and you kind of look at him, and he's like, Lee turns, and he's like, hi, we'll clean this up, and I'll get you some other clothes.
And
then he kind of like looks, and he's like, the towel's clean. not wet at all. And he kind of like goes to hand it to you.
At that, Betty throws open the door, and you see he's just in his like boxers. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, bro."
Yeah, and he like turns like, "Oh, excuse me." And then as that happens, he like turns up, and he looks, and then all of you,
damn, turn it up.
except for you, Benny, because you're like halfway in the bathroom. You see at the end of the hall, Trevor.
Hello.
You see a mud-covered Wish stumbling upstairs as he runs out and closes the door very abruptly.
Yeah. Fucking Teddy's wide-eyed. Abraham's here, right?
Yeah, and Abraham is kind of holding his drink, looking at everybody a little concerned.
When Benny sees everyone goes wide eyes, like, "Hey, come on, guys, you've seen my abs before."
Yeah, we see Abe's like one finger
Uses
point
the
down.
surfboard wax on his abs.
I fucking love it.
As Abraham points, I kind of walk out and like lean around. It's like, "Oh, hey, Wish."
Yeah, Wish. You feel like maybe you, yeah, you feel like maybe you bruised a rib or something. You're back. You're just kind of in shock right now.
Yeah, Atticus sprints up to you, realizing maybe you're injured.
Yeah, he has like pieces of like dry mud and also wet mud falling off of him.
And I have my hand with a knife sticking out part of it.
Yeah. Atticus, when he gets there, he's like, "Situation," as he starts examining your injuries.
Monster. Downstairs. Mud.
What?
Yeah, Teddy is gonna try to I don't know, make fucking Abraham not freak out.
Yeah, Abraham is kind of like, what did he just say?
I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. So
Don't worry, guys.
I'll take that drink now.
As Benny walks over to the sink, gets the towel, turns on the faucet, and just wets it all. He starts to like twist it and like turn it, kind of like getting ready for the whoosh thing, and then he puts it back around his neck, closes the faucet, and he's like, "I'll be back." As he starts pushing Wish out of the way and opens the door.
Oh my god.
There is an Atticus and a Wish in the way if you want to try.
Yeah, he does not let you just walk on in there after seeing the fighter himself injured.
Yeah, Abraham is like, why were you in that room? And why are you covered in...
Oh, you know us. Like us kids were really into those like mud mask things. It's crazy nowadays. They're so popular. I'm surprised you don't know much about them. You should probably get into the business of mud mask. Maybe call it like, I don't know, the Mud Bunny or something.
Yeah, and Lee looks at Abraham like, are you an idiot?
Why, yes. Yes, I am. As Atticus is holding Benny and what's their face, Teddy's talking with Abraham, I kind of put my hand on Atticus, lean on him, and I kind of get between Benny and Atticus's heads with mine.
Yes.
We need to come back when we have our gear. It's downstairs. They might move it though. I'm hurt.
Hey, do you know what your family does?
Abraham is like, I've heard of mud masks, but I've never... And then he hears that. And he's like, but full body, this isn't a spot. And
No.
you say that, and he says, "What? Well, we were coal miners. We run most business in the city. We're sponsors now."
Well,
He's like,
what's up with the beach then?
The beach, you mean lake?
Lake. Same thing. There's a beach on
Water
the lake.
surface.
Yeah, and he says, I was explaining to your fellow students that it's runoff from the old mine. Sometimes it leaks into the lake.
All right. Now, have you heard of the chupacabra?
He like looks at Lee and then looks at you, Teddy.
Teddy is
I
just
don't know if I have time for fairy tales. This is turning into a very strange interview.
Oh yeah,
I
one
don't.
of us is covered in mud and the other one's in his underwear.
He nods and he's like, and I don't wish to try to explain this to any PR agent. And he looks at all of you and he's like, if you have what you need, I suggest you leave. And then you all kind of hear a very loud kind of thud as lights kind of flicker. And he kind of looks, and Lee kind of stands up. He's like, "What's down there?" And Abraham says, "Yes. Why were you down there?"
yeah. I kind of look to the guys like, should we tell him? What should we do?
I
Right.
look at Atticus and Vinny again, and I nod my head, agreeing with what I said before.
What was that?
That we should come back later tonight whenever we have our gear and we're ready to deal with it downstairs.
Benny looks to Atticus and Teddy. Like, you see like excitement in his eyes, and you can tell he's got the same jitters that he had when the cop sat down.
He gonna go do the stupid.
Yeah, like out of character, like we can't just leave and come back because that monster could do something. And also, they ain't gonna let us back in.
Well,
We sneak in.
We sneak in. Remember, we got a 10-minute window before the cops get there.
I
Yeah,
know, but it would be so much easier to just be like, "Hey,
Because the
open the
cops,
door."
the cops
Grandpa
said this guy's
Monster.
probably the easiest one to get along with.
Yeah, that's why we just come clean. Benny does his whole like, "Ooh, look at me, I'm hot."
Revealing
Touch my tummy.
monsters is kind of bad, though.
This
Now
this
that
guy
know.
might know what's going on though.
He might not, though.
And if he doesn't,
I
then,
don't.
well, let's take him downstairs. See if he believes us then.
Yeah,
It's like telling them, "Hey, so you know all those monsters in your closet? They're real."
I think
Yeah.
we should.
Either way, you have to have an explanation for why you're in the room, that he knows what that is in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
because he
see
knows
shit.
his. I think we should tell him because he knows. Like, okay, we should tell him because he knows like his father's body is in there. He could think we're like desecrating a grave or something, or like disturbing a corpse. When we can be like, no,
Robbing.
it's fine. Like
Grave
you're
robbing, yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
If you
You're
want to
fucking
explain it, I'm
grandpa.
down, because Wish is not into explaining that right now.
To try to
All right, so does Teddy
try to
look
manipulate
at
him or
Benny with
something,
a
but that's kind of
thumbs up?
lame. I don't know. Let's do it. I think we should tell him.
All right, he gets a thumbs up from Teddy. Atticus.
You see, Atticus is torn because he could easily in a situation like, "Oh, I'm from the government," blah blah blah. But I don't know.
All right, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna
look at-
spend my bad situation.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I look over at Benny like we gotta do it.
All right, so Evan,
Yes.
what's the best way to protect the victims?
Clarify victims.
It's a pretty broad term. What the?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Could
Or
I?
do you mean just them here, or
Yeah, could I say since the monster is here, they could be victims if we leave?
Yeah. No, if you're basically my asking for elaborate was everybody this thing is attacking, or just the people here?
Just the people here. What's the best way to protect the victims?
Best way to protect them? If not leaving, because yes, it's very, very possible that if you just leave, it will just break open the door and come up here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the best way to protect it is deal with what's down there. Whether that be fighting the thing, banishing it, whatever, like finding out what it's weak to, whatever that might be.
Gotcha.
Whatever the heck that thing is down there.
Okay. Well,
and you have +1 ongoing to dealing with that.
Gotcha.
To protecting them.
So, if I use Trust Me, does that qualify for the +1?
What do you mean?
Because it's +1 ongoing, right? What is?
Oh yeah, +1 ongoing. It would apply. Yeah, if you
Oh,
use trust in me.
Got it. Easy. All right. So with that, Benny kind of looks around, gets the thumbs up from Teddy, looks at Atticus, looks at sees that he's on the fence, looks at Wish, saying that he wants to go get his stuff. Then he comes to the conclusion.
Yeah, I'm ready to whoop some ass.
Benny just walks over and kind of hands the butler dude the wet towel. He's like, "Sorry for getting you wet. I was ready to go kick ass. Anyways, you."
Yeah, he holds it with one finger. Like 2 fingers.
And Benny's just like, "So your family is kind of doing some shady stuff. That runoff accidentally woke up a monster, and that monster is a mud monster. We think it might be tied to your grandpa. Sorry for his passing. But we're actually monster hunters here to deal with it. Don't worry, we can help you." And he gives a smile at the end.
Is there any way I can help, or is this like an automatic success?
It's not an automatic success.
Okay,
That's for sure.
Let me help. Let me help.
You can help if you want to say something. Yes.
Oh fuck yeah!
Abraham is currently standing there with his drink in his hand, just
Yeah.
mouth agape.
Teddy fucking pulls out the fake ID and kind of hands it to Abraham. It's like, yeah, we're not really reporters. I'm like, we've been monster investigators and hunters for about maybe like 2 years. Looking at the guys, and I'm like, and since your grandpa's body's, or since your dad's body's supposed to be down there, that might be. Kind of shrugging. That might be your dad, monster.
Monster Dad?
Go ahead and roll to see if that helps or hurts. Or just helps. I mean, it won't hurt you.
What did you say?
Go ahead and roll to see. You have to roll to help out. So
Sweet.
Roll
Sorry, you
cool.
accidentally cut out for me. What do I roll?
Cool.
Help out.
Cool.
Help out.
Help out. Help out. I'm doing it. I promise. I'm trying. Ooh,
That helps.
7. That does.
You're involved if anything goes bad, but it helps.
All right, so that's a +1 to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So +2 overall.
So that's a +4 total.
Ooh, that's the
max
biggest.
That's a
plus you can get.
15!
Oh my god! Holy shit!
As he smiles, he looks at Teddy, gives him a thumbs up, and then makes his pecs pop.
Sorry, doing fucking half wave.
But Teddy's incredibly jealous.
Yeah. So we get like Abraham looking at you with his mouth open. Lee looks at you and he says to Abraham,
Obviously
Sir.
on drugs, sir.
like, "Sir, I know it's late and it's been a strange day, but you can't possibly." And Abraham puts his finger up and lifts up his drink and finishes his drink.
Yeah!
What a mad lad.
And he points his finger at Lee and he goes, "Lock down the house." And he looks at you four, and he says, "I don't quite understand many things that have happened in the past few days, but whatever came out of that boy's mouth just now made the most sense to me."
No.
Yeah!
I
So
fucking give Benny the hardest high five ever.
Yeah.
He looks at all of you and he says, "How can I help you?"
Let me go get my stuff. And I start to limp my way to the front doors.
And then you hear another smash from below in the basement, and then you see the lights flicker again.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, we need to. I'm like, wish you hurry and get your stuff out of the camper. We need to make sure that this monster stays occupied just for a little bit before then.
Yeah, y'all two barricade the door. We'll get our weapons.
Sweet.
Benny looks at Lee. He's like, "You got anything to fight with?"
Got a
Lee-
nasty temper.
Lee looks at you, and Abraham looks at Lee and like does the like, "Come on." And Lee
Show him the
says,
vault.
"I'll fetch some guns from the hunting room."
Cool.
Yo!
Fucking Tenny.
And Abraham
Tenny
kind of
comes
looks
out.
and he goes like, "I have to check on my wife and son. I'll be back."
Oh yeah. Make sure they're safe.
He nods and he turns and he goes around the corner and he like stops on the step and like looks at you all and like double takes like strange day. He starts going up the steps very quickly.
Yeah,
I love this
Atticus
so much.
quickly, when everyone's gone, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna patch you up," and pulls out his med kit.
Yeah.
I'll go get the camper. He starts
Fuck
running
yeah.
in his underwear.
Oh
Right
my
now, you're
God.
unstable, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we better get that patched ASAP.
Yeah, I'm at two away.
Yeah. You hear another as the ground shakes and the lights flicker.
Oh God.
Benny goes to run and like pull the car like up the curb onto like the main patio area so it's easier to run in.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. I'm just over with Atticus as he's patching up Wish, and I'm like, this is so cool. It went so smooth.
I give
I'm
you
like,
a bloody smile and a thumbs up.
yeah. I pull out like a little popsicle stick that I've been chewing on and like scrape a sample of the mud off, and I'm like, oh, this is so going into my journal.
I
when
show
you
the mud I
scrape some of
got
the
on
mud
my
off,
dagger.
when you scrape some of the mud off, you can see there's like it's mixed with this like brown, but also this like black thick mud.
Oh, I'm like, this is so cool. I also pull out like my phone and starts taking pictures of you. I'm like, smile. We're so posting this.
I cover I do the hand thing where I put my hand so close to the lens it covers up the top half of my face, and I smile.
Teddy just does the like, "Are you were you recording? Did you have something on you? Are you fucking dumb?"
Oh my God, 100%. I'm like, you have to record at all time. Why did I buy those fucking head cameras for nothing?
I thought they were for the fake documentary after we kill the thing when we post the fake thing.
Yeah, but I want it for my collection. What do you think I'm in for this?
I didn't know it was going to be here. I'm sorry.
Ugh, it's fine. Here, have a snack. I pull
Yeah.
out like a wad of like bubble gum.
So, Atticus, you can heal people, yeah?
Yeah, that's my medic move.
Hell yeah.
So is this like you with like knowing like first aid, like cool ass first aid, or is this magic shit?
This is first aid. Like, I have a kit on me.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
And so he pulls it out. He starts moving the mud out of the way to get to your wounds. And he sees you're bleeding pretty badly out of one of them. He's going to stabilize that injury.
Yeah, you can see
Hey.
that he has his bruise. He has internal damage that you can't really fuck with, so you can't really heal him very well. But yeah, you can fix up his cuts and shit, so he's not everywhere. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely some internal damage that you can't fuck with.
So I stabilized it. At least you're not going to die.
I give you a thumbs up. Thanks, Addie.
Benny, as you go outside, you run down the driveway very excitedly. Are you still in your underwear?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So whatever paparazzi is around gets a picture of a young Hispanic boy running out of.
He looks.
Leo's.
He looks so happy.
A very young, thick, like
Yeah, you run and you jump into your car, and as you turn it on, you kind of pull up and you just jump the kind of camper flips up with you and you pull around, and once you get out of it, you kind of jump and you slide, but your cheeks catch because you're wearing just underwear on the top of the hood, and you're like, ah, fuck. And as you're going around, you stop because you're good at this. You're aware of your surroundings, and you kind of like stop and turn, and you see at the base of the staircase coming up, there's a little head of a child kind of like looking shyly around the corner at you.
Hi.
He's gone. You just now he's like gone, but you see him like, hi. Shit, he saw me.
Just gets sniped. Explodes. The head just pops down.
Yeah, the head pops down like back behind the staircase, like he's hiding.
And I'm gonna like go slowly, like with my hands up. I'm like, hey, it's all right. Listen, do you know where your dad is?
And after a second, he sees he pokes back around the corner and he said, "Dad's inside."
Right. Well, for now, stay out here, okay? In fact, you see those people over there? As he points to like any paparazzi around, he's like, go with them for now, all right?
And he kind of looks at you, and he says, he kind of like doesn't really like listen to what you say, and he says, "Is that your car?"
Yeah, sweet ride, right?
And he like nods and he like holds up like a tiny Hot Wheel, like
I
like a
love him.
muscle, it's like a muscle car that's like super beat the fuck up,
And
but it looks like he's played with it a lot.
Benny just gives him a slow nod, and he's like, nice. You know, my tío also had one kind of like that, but he decided to give me this one instead. How about this? If you're a good boy and you go stay with those people over there, after all this is done, we can go for a joyride.
Yeah, and he looks at you and his eyes kind of light up, but you can tell he's like he's a shy kid, right? So he like his eyes light up, but he kind of his excitement hides down. He's like, okay, and he nods, and then as he's kind of like gets up to go, you see Abraham kind of come out the front door and say, Jude, are you out here? And you see the kid kind of pop up, and he says, I'm right here, Dad.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, and Abraham kind of looks down and he says, thank you, Benny, right?
Yeah.
And he nods and he says, thank you. We were looking inside. I got my wife. Come along, Jude.
Yeah. Stay out of the house until the fight's over. We'll come back once it's good. Also, I might have promised your son a joyride after all this, so.
Abraham nods. Also, do you want Abraham to stay out of the house?
I say like keep them out of the house. If you want to join the fight, come on. But yeah, if he wants to protect his family, he can.
Okay. So yeah, Abraham says, okay, I'll go get my wife and we'll step out. And he kind of he says, just stay on the steps, Jude. And he goes inside and he says, Eloise, as he passes you three in the living room area, like the main hall area, and he goes past, and you see a woman come down. She is about like 5'6". Has straight black hair, and it kind of goes down to about like her mid back. And she's dressed in not night clothes, but like evening attire, like relaxation wear. So she has probably like a sweater on and like pants. She has probably slippers. So she comes down and she has her arms crossed. She walks towards Abraham and she goes, What the hell is going on?
Me in the background. We're fighting monsters.
And Abraham kind of looks to you three, and he looks back to her, and he goes, "Well, there's an issue, and we have some people here coming to help us with it. These three here. Um, actually, did you guys introduce yourself with your fake names or your real names?"
Oh, fake names.
All right, yeah. Well, then he would have said Denny, not Benny.
When he says Denny, he's like, actually, my name's Benny. Benny Brave.
And
Be
he nods,
brave,
like,
I say in a whimper.
noted. And he's just like, I'll forgive the deception. And yeah, no, he goes to you, and he introduces you as what was it? Fish, Batty, and Debbie.
Debbie, yeah.
Yeah. And he said they're here to deal with the problem. And she looks at you three, and she's like, her eyebrows furrow, and she looks back at Abraham like, I mean, what are these kids experts in?
As Benny took that time to quickly rush in, grab some clothes, put it on, and then put his handgun in his pocket.
Yeah, and Lee kind of comes setting down guns, and Abraham looks at. No, actually, we see Lee come around the corner with like a handful of rifles, and Abraham is like, "Go back, go back."
Abort! Abort!
The wife, stop!
I get up as Benny comes through. I'll be back. And I start to walk my way towards the camper.
All right, yeah, it's right down the steps, so he pulled it up so you can get to it easier.
Yeah.
So we see you go to get suited up, and the wife kind of like Eloise kind of turns to the rest of you, and she says, "So there's an infestation of some sort, and these are the exterminators. Where's your equipment? Where's your van? Do they have credentials, Abraham? Please, did you even check them? They could be robbing us."
Lady, if I wanted your money, I'd have it.
Yeah. Teddy goes through their bag and pulls out a fake like exterminator card.
Is it just like a random exterminator thing, or is it like your?
It's kind of
What
like it's I feel like it's probably an actual exterminator like company, but Teddy took it and probably just put their face on it.
You just like change it up.
Yeah, just like kind of slightly changed it.
Our boy later on in his organization can get us actual IDs.
Oh my god,
Nice.
yes. But I'm like, I kind of hurry and walk over, and I'm like, oh, here, sorry, didn't bring that many cards, but I'm like, I'm trying to think of a name. We're the Bug Killers Association group. We kill bugs for a living. Yes.
Us Bug Killers Association group. We bag them bugs.
We bag them bugs.
Yeah, and she looks at you, and then looks at your card, like grabs it from your hand, and then she looks at you, Atticus, and like gives you like daggers. Gives you daggers, Benny, and does the same, and she shakes her head. If you want to try and make a manipulate roll on her,
Oh,
you
yes,
can.
please.
It looks like Abraham didn't want to weigh the bet to try and convince her.
Yeah.
No worries. Atticus will help out, saying how the company is government funded.
Oh, yes, please do.
Yeah, and she looks at you and she was like, "I'm sure it's government assisted."
Of course. All right, you gonna roll to help me out,
Thank
bruh?
you for laughing at my joke, Brooks.
I like that one a lot. Got an 8, so they got +1, but I'm in it for the win it.
In it for the win it.
Face the wrath.
That's
plus
funny.
1.
You think you're gonna win it?
13.
You should have known you were gonna win it.
Yeah,
I'm always gonna win. I'm the best baby of the group.
Oh shit. What do we got? I have orange. Orange. Alright, so yeah,
Orange.
13.
Yeah, Teddy just looks messy enough to be an exterminator.
Oh, wait.
The amount of bugs you
Stop.
have crawling on you.
Pause.
What?
My bad.
What?
I'll still count these 2 rolls, but I need you to make a cool roll to act under pressure to try and lie to her first.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I forgot that she has a special move.
Okay, yeah.
She's a very intense lady.
While they're doing this, can Benny look at Lee and give like a nod, like, go check out what it is?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You're gonna get this poor man killed.
Yes, please. Maddie,
Yes, did you hear me?
Okay.
What? Huh?
can I get you to make an act under pressure roll?
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted me to do that right now.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
act
to lie to
under
her. Play as a lady.
which one is that?
Cool.
Oh, is there a thing for it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Act under pressure. Oh no.
Okay. So, what
Do
I
I get the +1 with that one? Or do I get the +1 with
yeah, technically I'll go ahead and give you that one. Yeah, you get a +1 with that
Yes.
one. There you go.
So makes it barely passing.
So makes it a 7. So she looks at you, and with a 7, you get you lie, and you can tell she's what's it called? You can tell she is very skeptical of this company and its legitimacy.
Yeah.
But she also looks like she's more distracted with trying to figure. She's looking at all of you, but she's been looking at Atticus.
Mm.
These gestures, like, you show me hunters, I show you crackpots.
And she
got a lot of crack.
you can tell she's a little skeptical of this, but she buys it, and she kind of like looks at you and she goes, "Yeah, I'll make sure to look up what I can about this and leave a great review, depending on how this goes."
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, and she looks at Abraham with like we're gonna talk about this, and then you all hear this another slam as the lights kind of flicker on and off, and she goes, "Jeez, what bugs could be doing that?"
Actually, it's rats. You have a big rat problem.
Bug and rat the assassinators.
Yeah. Possums too. Maybe you got a
Sometimes gorilla
raccoon.
one time. I walk in with my witch hunter outfit. Oh yeah, we also kill gorillas sometimes.
Full Van Helsing outfit.
Yeah,
Oh.
and she kind of looks to you and she says, "Big rats."
Yeah, I put my hands up and I'm like, huge.
Okay, I would love this is actually the scene where I walk in with my outfit and then
Yeah,
you
really?
like
You rather that? Okay, I
Yes.
was gonna give you a suit up scene, but if you want to do that,
no, I'm totally fine with like the doors open and it's just it slowly pans up, showing me in my studded leather with all these writings and different types of paint all over him as he has his knife in his left hand. He has this nice engraved sword in his right, and on his back is this gigantic fucking sword with these runes all over it, and then he has a magnum strapped to his waist.
Oh my god.
And just like little bits of blood coming off him as he walks in. He looks up at her with his dead eyes.
and
Hi.
she looks at you. What do you say?
Hi.
All right, and she goes, "Absolutely not. I need to lie." And she turns and she goes down the hall and just makes a quick left turn towards the kitchen.
Atticus is like, "Did you grab my big gun?"
And I reach down on the step as you hear a crack from my back, and I pick it up and toss it over to you.
Thank you. He needs his shotgun.
My knife does as much as your shotgun.
Fuck you and your
That-
knife.
I holster my knife and sword, and I pull out my gigantic fucking sword, and as I trail my finger across it, the little sigils start to light up. Okay.
Yeah.
Propped on my shoulder.
Atticus is like, "Okay, here's the plan. I'll head in first to distract, and the rest we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna preferably we try to kill it, but we don't know how to kill it yet."
I look at Teddy. Any ideas?
Like, well, we know that it get hurt. It get hurt. Blah, 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 blah. We know that it get hurt. It gets hurt. Wow, my fucking brain cannot.
Man, it
connect.
really gets hurt.
Yeah, we know it gets hurt. Yeah, we know it gets hurt by iron. I look over to Abraham and I'm like, "What you got that's iron, man?"
I would like to spend one hold, have a useful object ready. I would like to have a vial of molten iron.
A vial of molten. How?
You're vile, you sick fuck.
Or just have like
No, a
melted-
vial that's been magically spelled to keep it molten inside the vial.
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
just, as you say that, I nod my head. I reach into a little pouch, pour it out, and I pour it on my big sword. Okay.
Like we
Okay,
might
new
need.
plan. We distract.
And Abraham walks over to the fireplace and pulls out like a few iron pokers.
Yeah, I'm like, that's
Like-
what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Suggests.
Yeah, I grab some of them and I hand like one of the pokers to Atticus and one to Benny.
They're one harm.
Hey man,
Probably-
better than
But
nothing.
they're iron. So they'll
Yeah.
at least do that one harm.
hmm
Yeah, I'm like, it might not do much, but it's better than nothing.
That's true. Then he takes it, starts spinning it around, starts stabbing.
You have the one that has like the hook and the poker.
Ugh.
All right, I'll head in first. And Atticus walks up to the probably very beaten door at this point.
Benny
The
puts a
door
hand on
itself
him.
has not been. Oh, the door's not been being beaten.
Okay,
That's
cool.
not what's been being beaten.
Good.
Benny
good,
puts a hand on Atticus. He's like, no. Allow me.
good. No.
Oh.
Atticus
And while they
is
both
confused.
stand there arguing, you both hear a scream come from the kitchen and the sound of a crash.
A scream?
Wrong door.
Yes, a
As we
female
both-
scream.
Oh, a female scream. Come from the. I'm like, we don't have time, and I'm gonna fucking book it.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so you'll run, and as you kind of turn, the kitchen is like a few doors down from the door you have to go down to get to the thing. So you guys are like kind of right there, and you rush past to go down and look. And as you turn the corner, you see Eloise standing in the center of the kitchen with her. It's like she's stepped back, and there's like a broken glass on the ground, and you can see the water is running from the faucet, and you can see it's running out. It's running water, and then it spurts out this like black sludge as the glass on the ground is a splat of this like blackish sludge.
Ugh. Yeah.
And she said, "Fucking sewer lines!"
I'm like,
Hey.
what
Turn that
monster
off!
sets your sewer line? Yeah. Can I run over to the sink and hurry and turn it off?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can do that. You can run
Heck
forward
yeah.
and do that. Yeah. You rush
yeah.
forward and you slam it, and it just shuts off as it spurt, and stops. And she looks at you and she says, "Abraham, I swear to God, you own this town. Fucking run it better."
Jeez, lady.
Bitch.
This chick, I do not like.
Yeah, I just look over to her And I'm like, well, good thing we're also plumbers. Maybe you should go up to your room. It's gonna be quite a mess.